scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Watson. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first quarter grab here.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
To about the 35, 2nd down.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to the huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Watson now to throw. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis. And he brings this one back. It's a big 6 and a Charger TD. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And the Chargers grab a 7-0 lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Fresh off the pick 6, it's Watson. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Off of play action, it's Watson. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Swings this out for Hunt. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Again, it's Watson. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
No, to me it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake. Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd. Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do.
The throw for Claypool is intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And the Browns will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Well, the timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. First carry now for Nick Chubb. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Watson on 3rd down. And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he is going to have a Browns first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Watson. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Watson. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try to get those yards a safer way.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Watson will step away, and out comes Cade York to handle this 4th down field goal try for the Browns. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. York able to send this one through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Charger drive about to get going. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe you give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. To about the 35, 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Herbert off of play action. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. He'll get this down to the 48-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From just shy of midfield, Herbert. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. After the interception, here's Watson. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. Really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Watson's throw taken in by Cooper here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. In a wild card win last week, he had just 2 catches, and now he's got his first one here. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now it's Watson. Steps away to his left. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3. But now it's 3rd down. Here's Watson. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And an incomplete pass. Davis. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number one.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with him.
Here's Watson. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis. And the Chargers will take over possession here up at the 44.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Herbert. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, LA! Gerald Everett, 60 yards. And the Chargers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Faking the give. Now Watson. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Chargers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air. And, of course,
that's caught inside the 20. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Herbert. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
Touchdown! Jalen Guyton in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started.
And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
The final shot before the break, Watson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So it's on to halftime in this